Good evening. A wild university street party in Halifax is raising eyebrows and the ire of people who live in the area. Halifax police say between 3,000 and 4,000 students took part in Dalhousie's unofficial homecoming yesterday, leading to a number of fights and property damage. One person was stabbed. The event has been problematic in the past, and as CTV's Hafsa Arif tells us tonight, there's plenty of finger pointing when it comes to the blame.
According to regional police, a crowd of almost 4,000 people gathered in the South End corridor from Jennings to Larch Streets, and many of them were drinking. The end result?
It was a disaster. I mean, they were your shoulder to shoulder, basically the whole length of the street. And yeah, it was just house parties galore, people on roofs, people in trees.
Homecoming is a fall tradition at Dalhousie, although the event was largely canceled during the pandemic. According to students, a few partiers began gathering at Preston Street around noon, and the crowds grew dramatically throughout the day.
The boys are rallying, chucking beer cans at them and stuff, being degenerates. I heard a guy got stabbed. I saw lots of people get beat up by the cops, and lots of people just got arrested.
Police say the event was anything but a party for them. Along with fights, officers wound up dealing with a stabbing incident and found themselves targeted by some of the party goers. In a statement, police say bottles, cans, and debris from the storm were thrown at officers. Along with being hit with projectiles, officers were punched, kicked, and spit on. Some officers required treatment for non-life-threatening injuries. A local counselor who lives in the area says Dalhousie University needs to take responsibility for its students.
Be more transparent about their code of conduct issues and what they're going to do to make sure that students are staying on campus to have a drink, because part of what we understand is that students are not allowed or find it very difficult.
But in an email to CTV News, the school says it's warned students that attending street parties is unacceptable, although it's a complex and growing problem across North American universities that pose a high risk for alcohol-related and safety incidents on campuses and nearby neighborhoods. The student union president says it will take time before the matter is resolved, and responsibility needs to be shared by police, students, and the university.
Dalhousie can take more responsibility here. I also want to point out the specific ways that HRM, council, and the police can take more responsibility and invite everyone to be part of a more nuanced conversation.
Although police didn't directly respond to CTV's request for an on-camera interview, a number of arrests were made and many tickets were issued. Going forward, a few students feel that both police and Dalhousie University need to deal with homecoming differently.
No matter what they say in an email or what they do, it's going to continue to happen. Personally, it would make more sense if they were able to either provide a space better than Jennings to make sure it doesn't affect neighbors.
In the last 5 years, parties like this have continued, causing residents to feel anxious.
It doesn't change from year to year, and people say they're not responsible, and it's impossible to find accountability. Dal does not really express responsibility, and they don't seem to be accountable for what they do.
Growing questions about a yearly tradition that's pushing boundaries further and further. While most of the community has been cleaned up, the cleanup started at 5 a.m., there's still work that needs to be done. The DSU president says that a cleanup will soon be taking place, a community cleanup, that is. Bruce?
All right, thank you, Hafsa.